Eric Bergstrom here with former Menominee Maroon great Justin Berlinski. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Do you get a chance to watch the current Maroon team? And if so, what do you think of them?
I've watched them before, and I think that they're doing pretty well this season. They got a lot of weapons on offense. Mr. Noah's changed up the offense pretty good, so I think that with the personnel that they have and the plays that Mr. Noah wants to run, they should be pretty good this season.
Is it hard to watch the Maroons now and not want to get out there and play?
Oh, definitely. Always looking to play Maroon football.
Definitely right. What do you think is so important about Maroon football, and what makes it so great to be a Menominee Maroon football player?
You know, it's mostly just a tradition. Having the community behind you and all the old Maroon fans that come to the games and stuff like that have played on the field 20, 30 years ago, you know, they're looking at you and wishing for you to do the best, and you just go out there and you try your hardest every play. It just makes it so much more, I don't know, it makes you just really want to play harder.
How does it feel to be, some people consider you the best Menominee Maroon football player and hold all those records for a team that has such history?
Well, I mean, it's great and all, but that's not really what I was shooting for, I mean, I was shooting to be good, yeah, but I mean, it was mostly the people that surround you is what makes you who you are. So I would have never done what I did without my linemen and my receivers and my coaches and all that,
Who got you into football as a youngster?
It was mostly my parents. They'd always have football Sunday on when I was younger, and I used to always watch and tell them that I'm going to be on the NFL one day. I'd always run around with a football in the backyard, and then third grade came around and started playing flag, and then it just went from there.
Did you played Pop Warner, right?
Yep, I played Pop Warner for the Titans.
The Titans. Were you guys good at that time, and who were some of the players you played with? Did you end up playing with them in high school?
Yeah, I played with Chris Breyer, Sam Shavy, and we won the championship my fourth grade year when they were on my team, and then we won another championship sixth grade year. Yeah, I played with them in high school, and it was pretty fun.
That is pretty cool. Talk about your team that went to Ford Field. What made that team so special? Because I watched that team. I saw every game, and that really was a special team.
Everybody on the team was close to each other. Everybody was friends, and everybody wanted to win games, and we all knew how to do it as one team. We knew how to get together every single game, and no matter what happened on the field, everybody would come together, and we'd make plays happen.
How did it feel playing on such a big stage? Did it take a while to get used to it?
Yeah, for the first quarter or so, you just don't even realize what's even happening. You don't realize how big of a game it is until halftime when you're sitting in the locker room and you're thinking, wow, I was just on TV that whole half playing that.
What was the turf like at Ford Field? Was it good to play on, or was it tough to play on?
It was nice, actually. It wasn't as bad as most people would think it would be. It wasn't really that big of a change because, I mean, we played on turf fields before, different kind of turf fields in 8th grade. Our coaches brought us to Eschwabanon, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And they had a grassy turf field like that. So we've played on that type of field before.
Before that game, the Packers let you practice at their facility, right?
Yep.
How was that? Pretty nice?
That was an awesome experience, too. That was one of the best experiences of my life, I think, being able to practice on the field. And actually, then you were able to take it all in before you had to go and play. We got the chance to walk around and take a look at all their stuff and the stuff that they had, and it was pretty cool.
Thinking back on that game, is that a game that you feel like maybe you guys should have had or you could have had? Because as a fan watching that game, it definitely felt like that. They had a good team, but it felt like there were just a few plays or a few mistakes here and there, but it really did feel like you guys were the better team and that you could have had that game.
Yeah, I think if we went back and we played it again, I don't know what would happen, but I mean, we all played our hearts out and we did our best, and sometimes you just don't get the win at the end.
What's your favorite moment from your Maroons career?
Oh, favorite moment? Wow.
Probably have a lot. I'm sure you have a lot.
My favorite moment would probably be against Freeland. I had a touchdown run where I went along the sidelines and was tightrope in the sidelines, and I went back to the sidelines after the touchdown, and Coach Brilinski threw me up in the air, and he said those are the best running he's ever seen in his life, and I think that was probably my favorite moment.
It's funny that you said that because one of my favorite moments from watching, your career is the punt return against Freeland in that game. And I don't think I've ever, because I called that game with Josh, so we were in the booth, and I don't think I've ever felt Walton Blesh rock like it did when you returned that punt in that game.
Yeah, that was my first kick return. That was my first time actually being back on a kick return my whole entire life too. So that was pretty funny.
Isn't that crazy? And you took it back. I mean, that's what everyone loved about you, is what a leader you were, and then you came up with the interception at the end. So I mean, what a game you had that day.
Yeah, that was a pretty amazing game. Still gives me the chills when I think about it.
It does me too. And thinking about that and back to last year, some of those playoff games were pretty rough. Hey, I remember coming in and parking my car and walking across the field, and you guys were out practicing, and the field was so hard I could hear your cleats. It sounded like you were on concrete. So what is that like when the field is that hard at Walton Blesh? That must be tough.
That was honestly the worst conditions of a field that I've ever played on. And we've played on some pretty crappy fields. I mean, I couldn't believe that the ground was that hard. It literally felt like there was no grass on the field at all, and it was just concrete. Yeah, I had huge bruises on my forearms from when I get tackled. I'd go down on my forearm. It was pretty rough.
Yeah, right. Here's a big question that everyone debates around here. Do you think your team that went to Ford Field could beat the teams that won those back-to-back state titles? What do you think?
I don't know. That'd be a game. I don't know. That'd be a good game.
That would be.
They had some bigger people than we did, so I mean, I don't know. If we had equal talent and they had bigger people, it might come down to them winning. But
I'm sure that debate will be going on for a long time. So.
Oh yeah.
So
we might have to play an alumni game or something like that.
There you go. That's a good idea. Well, Justin, thanks a lot for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.